And hello everybody, welcome on back to another episode of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. We are picking up right where we left off in the last one. No grinding in between episodes this time. However, we are most likely going to be doing that a good chunk pretty soon. Because I think what my goal is I still just want to unlock the diving bell. And then I'll probably just take some time to just kind of zone out, vibe, relax a little bit, and we're going to take care of hopefully a bunch of upgrades and whatnot. Because I was like, I want to grind that out and then get, there we go, I was going to say, one day they'll let me climb up. But yeah, I was like, we're going to grind out some of that stuff because I was like, you have to go to the diving locations to actually get some of the higher upgrades. So that's why I want to unlock that before I start like grinding. Like, because then when we get to that point, it shouldn't be too bad. I was like, because we're getting to the point where we're close to being able to handle some of the higher level ships and whatnot. Still not quite where we need to be for it, but we're getting there. And that's what matters. So we're gonna do some more story missions. Well, actually, what sequence are we even on? We're on sequence 5. It's what it looks like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we still got quite a bit of game left, which is totally fine. It's like rather ideal for what we're going for. Like I said, I think especially since they forced you to do so much of the other stuff and like traveling is a lot further distance-wise, I think you end up getting a lot more play time out of this guy than the other games in the sequence. Not to say that I've not put a good chunk of hours into all the other ones, but this game has been a lot more active. Like a lot more active playtime, I should say. I was like, I will say too, I was like, I think so I remembered, yesterday when I sorted out all of my, when I sorted out the Kenway fleet stuff, I was like, I forgot, because one of the big draws for this was that there's a mobile companion app that you use to actually do some of that stuff, so you can kind of grind money offline even when you're not playing. So I think it's an interesting concept because a lot of games don't really have like a companion app that isn't just like, oh, how to do this better. It's one that you can actually get bonuses, and I think that's fun. You know, still very mobile game-esque, but
I came to Kingston chasing a target. Getting pissed ain't a priority.
We could work together on this, you know. It's Lawrence Prince you're after. I want his prisoner.
We're after the Sage as well, Edward. Careful who you cross.
May the best man win.
There's guards patrolling that property from end to end. Looks to me like they use bells to signal trouble. See there? We'll want to disable those before pushing too far.
yeah, I've
With so
disabled
many
bells
men about,
before.
we can't rely on stealth alone, so I'll do what I can to distract and draw their attention, giving you a chance to cut them down. Ready?
Your name's not James, is it?
Wow, it took
Not
you
most
so
days.
long to...
Come on.
It's like so dense. Oh, well, I guess not quite the way I meant to drop down, but it's a thing where I was waiting for the reveal because I already remembered it, but I was just like, it's so clear. Oh. Yikes, 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 yikes. Yoo-hoo! Hey buddy, come over here. Time to take a nap in hell. Good job. Oh. I do think I can get away. You're right. Come on, you know you want to come over here. Join the party, you know? Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Any Red Solo Cup enjoyers? That's the thing that's fun too, so it's like, so the general progression in this, I feel like I have to upgrade my ship, right? But I don't feel as much of a need to upgrade myself. While some of the stuff is nice, like, I feel like I'm aptly able to handle almost any situation that comes my way. Actually, you know what? Why don't we? Yeah. Well, oh. I'll just hit you, make you go like that. Take care of you. Now we just got this bell. Da 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 da.
Hey, you won't lose us that easily. No, you
Whatever do you mean? And now, let's just hit you with this.
Ah! You're done for now.
Wow, still accidentally just dropping a bomb like right over my feet.
Raise the
Nope.
alarm!
Oh, we just have to handle you real quick. Ouch.
Finish him off! Intruder! Help!
No. I did not give you permission to ring that bell. Thank you very much. Ah, saved. Actually, you know what? Let's loot so we can maybe get some ammo real quick. Okay, so they can actually carry the darts on them too. Nice. I think that's such a nice, like, quality of life feature.
Aye.
That way I'm not stuck just...
Halt! Stand your ground!
Please, I've been shot. I need aid.
Christ, Thompson, look at her. She's hurt.
Dreadfully, sir. I'm poorly.
All right.
I'm faint.
Take an arm, lass.
Bless you, lads.
Ah, suckers. Oh, what a sad, long death noise too, huh?
Boy, Mortal, Mr. Prince says to keep your eyes peeled tonight.
The way I see
Says
it,
there's some men about
don't
bent on
fight
making
in.
trouble.
I'll spread the word.
Not always what you do.
What? People making trouble? That doesn't sound right.
Articulate bugger other than that.
Oi, man. That ain't nice.
Who are you calling trouble?
Listen, you sword.
Almost caught. Pearl earrings? What a... Any pearl necklaces about?
Stop! Stop now! Get back here, you deaf idiot! You won't shake her so simply. Where do you think you're going?
Okay. Let's see if we can hit you. We hit you, and then that way we can climb up.
This ain't no time for chatter, you hear?
Oh,
I ain't saying nothing, sir. You got no quarrel with me. You keep those goddamn eyes on the cane, all right? Look up once more, and it'll be the last damn thing you ever see.
No problem here, sir. I'm working as best I can.
Put your back into it, mongrel.
okay. Sometimes you just have to go quiet for a second to make sure that you actually do things right. I think one of my favorite is watching Squeaks play some games earlier, and he straight up is just like, I'm a frustrating person to watch play games, which is bad for me because I'm a streamer, and I'm like, oh, that's so fair though. So I don't know, I was like, I try to be okay at games. I think I do a good job half the time. I definitely have times though where I'm like, this is frustrating for me. So I can only imagine what it's like to view it, you know? Alright, we need to... Not over there. I'm just gonna sabotage you. Alright, there you are.
Interloper, raise the alarm!
Oh, easy.
Why hang over me like a leering crow? To see an old man suffer?
You've caused no small portion of suffering yourself, Mr. Prince. Retribution, I suppose.
You absurd cutthroats and your precious philosophy. You live in the world, but you cannot make it move.
You mistake my motive, old man. I'm only after a bit of coin.
As was I, lad. As was I.
Heads up, Kenway! I found your man!
I remember you. The Templar from Havana.
I'm no Templar, mate. That was just a ruse. We've come here to save your ass from this slaver.
Save me? I work for Mr. Prince.
Well, then he's a poor man to call master. He meant to sell you out to the Templars.
Oh, you can't trust anyone, it seems.
Ah, come on. I disabled that bell. What do you mean?
Move, Kenway. Run. See you on the other side.
I just wanna run.
I've got a clear shot.
Let me know if he's willing. I've always room.
Who's in on it?
Ah. Ah, that's probably why I should have stayed on the...
I've a clear shot. You're in my clear sight. Shot on a sweetheart.
I've got a lovely clear shot.
Yeah, clear shot, whatever you say, buddy.
He's trying to give us the slip. He'll not pass me.
I'm not standing anywhere near him running. He's like, you'll not pass me.
Got a clear shot.
Ouch.
The alarm's wrecked. Get to his flank. Ready to take the shot.
Man, I'm pretty popular, huh? Oh.
Keep there.
Alright. Please, just counter. That's all I ask for. Ooh, so they still do have like the double counter move. Not Kid over here just watching me kill everyone right in front
Lost
of
your
them.
man again, did you?
Aye. Roberts is a devil with a queer aversion to kindness. I suppose that's 2 men I've lost today. So, what's your real name, lass?
Mary Reed to my mum. And them I call friends. But not a word of it to anyone. Or I'll unman you as well.
Like, ah, we love the just mutual secret keeping and... You know, it makes sense, especially for this time frame, to just present yourself differently, so that way you make your life a lot easier. Like I'm telling you, it was like, as I play the different Assassin's Creed games, there's like so much of it is just allegorical to real life, and holy shit, this guy, what the hell? Alright, you know what?
Ahoy! Be
If you can run that fast, you deserve to escape. I'm not chasing after you. No thanks. That guy is fucking like Sonic the Hedgehog. He just zoomed. But yeah, I just think it's interesting how a lot of stuff like this really happens to hold up today still, you know? Like lessons and allegories and whatnot, and it was like, it's interesting too, because it was like, there's been, in the extra stuff that we've found, and in, you know, just that reveal right there, is like, there's been a bunch of mention of, because like, Joan of Arc, like that was, I think, mentioned earlier. Wait. What am I doing? Because it was like, I think that was one of her things. It was like dressing masculine so she could lead the army. And I think that's what they mentioned in one of like the side, not audio clips. And of course, obviously, it was like she ended up, I believe she ended up being burned at the stake because they considered her a witch because of her power and whatnot, which is like so crazy how stuff like that just as like part of history. Like, just what weird BS, you know? Like, I'm glad that we're at a point now where we can just kind of like, well, I say that, but like shit's just getting worse and worse, so yeah, not to be too doom and gloom about it. Nassau, ooh.
Another?
A rum flip this time.
And where'd I find fresh eggs in this wretched town? There's little else but piss and insects.
Aye, we're working on that.
Dear lady, what do they call you?
And when they're sober, a jilt when they're sauced, but never lady.
Well, good Leanne, oh,
Bag of shite! Do you hear me? It's a bag of bloody shite! It's a ruse to keep us off before they attack Nassau. You'll see, mark me.
It's no ruse, Fiend. I heard it straight from the mouth of a greasy Bermudan captain. There's a pardon on offer for any pirate that wants it.
Ruse or no, I think it's plain the British may return to Nassau, with arms, no doubt. We'll need a plan.
Walk with us, Kenway. There's trouble brewing.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that they'll pardon anyone. I was unable to defeat the White Whale in time, oh no.
In the absence of any clear ideas, I say we lay low. No piracies and no violence. Do nothing to ruffle the king's feathers for now.
Preserving the king's plumage is no concern of mine, man.
It will be when he sends his soldiers to scrub this island clean of our residue. Look around you, man. Is this cesspool worth dying for?
Aye! It's our republic. Our idea. A free land for free men, remember? So maybe it's filthy to look at. But ain't it still an idea worth fighting for?
I can't be sure. But when I look on the fruits of our years of labor, all I see is sickness, idleness, idiocy.
Not a sunbeam of difference between here and London then, eh?
Thatch is right, man. Taking a wide view, we're not doing so bad out here. The sun, rum, and leisure as far as the eye can see.
Aye. Nassau may look fine from a distance, but at its core, there's a disease I cannot stomach.
Sickness can be cured, Ben. If only you have the right medicine.
But a corpse cannot be reanimated.
I can't believe the shite I'm hearing drop from your lips. Why not take the pardon now, and be done with it?
Peace, both of you. We can satisfy both aims if we work together. Find medicines to ease our burdens here, but in a way that don't attract the British.
Meanwhile, I'm on the high seas, constantly attacking British ships for their loot.
I wager the nearest doctor is sitting pretty in Havana. Not a place I mean to go.
But the Spanish fleet that sunk 2 years back would have some medicine. All sealed up in glass vials.
You'd need a diving bell to reach those depths.
Ah.
Aye, and with some coin and a few supplies, a diving bell won't be hard to come by.
This is a plan I can stand behind. Find medicines without stirring up trouble. Agreed, Thatch?
Agreed. Aye. I'll meet you near the wrecks as soon as you're able, Kenway.
See, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Remember, Thatch! Keep your cannons court.
Piss off, man!
Oh, my cannon's always corked, buddy. I need 5k. Hopefully I've got I think I should have some loot to sell. Oh, there's a near harbor master. Don't mind if I do.
How can I help you today?
You can help me by allowing me to sell my I was gonna say ill-gotten gains, and I was like, but I totally meant to say my legally acquired goods. Alright. Diving bell, diving bell. Yeah. There we go.
Sweet winds of profit.
The yo heave ho and a run below, hurrah for the homeward bound. Is that the shanty we did in the Mikado?
Captain has the helm.
Let's see, where we be going for this adventure? Alright, so we need to go over here. We're gonna fast travel to you. Yeah, it's always funny, so it's like, I've got such a weird background over time that I've done a lot of stuff, even in the short amount of time I've been alive. But you know, it was like I went to an engineering academy for high school, and then I ended up in the drama department near the last 2 years, despite never having done anything music or acting wise, outside of like personally. Because I mean, I've sang my whole life and all that fun stuff, and if I actually try, like, I think I sound okay. But you know, I just never had the time because I was constantly having to do other stuff. And so, you know, it was like, I just kind of, I only got free time in my, like, junior year of high school. And I've always enjoyed performing and stuff like that. I was like, I think I have more fun with that than pretty much anything else. Although I do always have a desire to, like, create. Because it was like, that's what I loved about doing the engineering stuff, right? It was just that I constantly got to enjoy making things with my hands and building and like coming up with interesting solutions to things, and I learned a lot. And then also, I was like, I went to school for game design, so I have a bunch of knowledge on that end that I've only lightly practically applied, sadly, just because I've been so busy with life being shit. But one of our goals was like, you know, I'll eventually make something and actually have like a project out there. Especially as time goes on and things get easier for me, I'll be able to actually like have extra money. Because right now my hope is like, with where I'm working now, I might get a promotion here in the next couple months, and that'll make me a lot more money than what I'm making currently, and I'll just I'm not dating anyone, I'm not doing anything. I was like, so we're just gonna kind of take it easy and, you know, make some money for ourselves, and hopefully it'll pay off in the long run, you know? Because I think that's the hard part, is like finding a right way to balance things in your life, right? I want to do this because I haven't done any of the harpooning stuff yet. But you know, it's like a lot of life is finding balance, right?
There he is! Steady now, lads! It's a hit!
I was like, because it's so easy to like let yourself get overwhelmed. And why is this dramatically louder than the rest of the game? Oh. Ouch. But so again, life is all about balance. It's about finding ways to make your life easier, and you know, putting the work in to actually like make the resources to then hopefully be able to again make it easier from there. Because it's so easy to get sidetracked and be like, oh well, I'm not where I want to be, so you just kind of like rot, which I have been very good at over the course of my life is keeping myself kind of stationary as opposed to moving forward. And sometimes you get yourself into a situation where you think like, oh, you know, I'm barely keeping my head afloat. I was like, all I have to do is survive. And while that is good to have that desire to keep moving forward, sometimes it's harder without like an extra thing kind of on the horizon. Because then you run into the problem of like, well, what do I work towards if I'm feeling like shit all the time? You know, I got to do something. So like I said, it's a balancing act of like the desire to survive and keep your head afloat, and sometimes surviving is all you can do, and that's totally fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with just surviving. Like, but sometimes it's like you want to try and find a way to get yourself into a state that not only can you survive, but then you do stuff from there and hopefully end up thriving. Because that's what most of us want at the end of the
Devil in
day.
his hole, Thatch. This is a darling galley. 32 guns, is it?
I lost count at 40.
You've stepped up a rung. So, any luck finding medicines here?
Nothing round this spot, sadly. But there's a few wrecks yonder that ain't been scoured by nothing but crabs and coral.
I'll have a look. Edward? Edward, is that you? My goodness, the West Indies is a compact place.
Hello, Bonnet. A surprise seeing you out here?
I met Mr. Thatcher a month or so ago, and he offered to take me under his yardarms, so to speak. Says I must wash the hayseed from my hair before I'm a true pirate.
Well, good luck to you then. Worse men have become better under Blackbeard's watch.
What a dork. You can now use the diving bell. The diving bell allows you to access and explore specific underwater areas such as shipwrecks and sea notes. Sail to them and just hold B when prompted to lower the bell.
Crowd on all the sail we have.
Okay, alright. Sail to the dive site and lower the diving bell. See, I really think stuff like this is so cool, though. All right. Let's see. That's kind of fun. Maybe try not to get ourselves killed by some jellyfish if we can help it. What's in here? I was like, so these guys are optional, but I'm honestly kind of fine with that. The question is, can we sneak our way in here? Because jellyfish are so interesting because it was like they're so beautiful, but they're also so terrifying. You know? Like, cause like I've been lucky enough that I've never been like stung by a jellyfish or anything like that, but sometimes you think about stuff like that and you're like, oh, I would appreciate avoiding that if we could. Oh, area not available. Okay, so it's not out that way. So where, oh where? Oh, possibly... Jesus Christ. It's a manta ray. I was trying to think of what the name of it was. Is that the name of it? Manta ray? Ah, come on. Oh, well, I guess if it broke open the chest, it's not the end of the world. Although, hopefully we make it to an air pocket and not die. That would be very good. Ooh. But it's also just so pretty to come through here, and I was like, although, could you imagine having to actually swim through this? So, like, the hard part is, like, you would not be able to keep your eyes open, right? It was like, you wouldn't be able to actively, like, see where you're going. Because, like, this is all salt water, right? Since it's the ocean, I was like, that would be... Oh! So my question is, who is that down here that got themselves abducted by a shark? Oh, ouch! Oh! Also, I just realized too that we actually have less health because we're not wearing any of our gear and stuff like that. Which makes sense. I was like, that's a cool little
Ahoy! Any luck?
choice
I found one
for them to
crate
make.
beneath a school of sharks. Sadly, the elixir inside is quite spoilt.
Plague and perish. Will we steal medicines now?
Remember the pardon, Thatch. We're to be subtle.
Says Ornagold, a pirate, now too proud to call himself one.
He prefers caution to cannons.
Caution's nothing without charisma. Or if a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
And would you be the devil?
Or an audience. Aye. All a big show. Give your quarry something to fear. Some hellish thing from a fever dream. And men will drop to their knees, pleading for their lord before all else.
Oh god. Looks fine.
Of course it does. You can find a quiet way to acquire medicines. Tell me soon. Otherwise, I'll handle it myself.
Oh, the optional objective was avoid being attacked by a shark, and we pretty much just went out and went out in the glory of like Leroy Jenkins. Almost got ourselves killed. Achieve 25% of total synchronization. Also, so do we have everything from here other than just the... Well, no, it contains an upgrade plan. Well, we can fast travel to that later. Alright. Set sail for Devil's Advocate. I'm still debating because I was like, I really want to play through the Mario and Luigi games too. Because like I said, I have such fond memories of Superstar Saga that I'm like, I want to go through and play that. And I'm like, I could just go through and play through the whole series. Because like I said, I think I've played bits and pieces of the other ones, and I was like, they even just, in the past couple of years, released Brotherhood? Brotherhood, I think is what it is. The one for the Switch. Oh, it's telling me I should upgrade again.
What the hell's happened here? Were you attacked?
Other way round. It were Blackbeard who struck first. Opened fire on a British man-o'-war, the pillock.
What in God's name for?
Still searching for medicines, but he's gone bar me if you ask me.
I'll bring him home.
Leave him, man. He's heaped this trouble on himself.
If it's telling me that I need to upgrade some more, we're probably gonna have a hard time with this. I think. So we'll see, but at the very least, depending on how this goes, it'll determine if we end the episode and do some off-screen grinding. But anyways, yeah, so it's either Brotherhood or Brothership, something like that. Brother something. Because I'm like, I want to play through all of those. And I was like, and it might be worth purchasing it on my Switch, that way I can just play it through my capture card and enjoy that. But it's just been nice to have the desire to play games and vibe. And then it's another thing, I was like, I need to go back through it, and I want to play the... I was like, I absolutely want to play the Paper Mario games again as well. Especially since they re-released Thousand Year Door for the Switch. I was like, I want nothing more than just to be able to enjoy my...
This is getting well out of hand.
A dozen crates of medicine should not be so hard to come by.
That ain't my meaning. It's Thatch and Hornigold and this pointless feud of theirs. How'd you feud them?
Both men have their hearts in a good place. Both want the best for the people of Nassau.
But is that the best course for us? Saving a city that ain't worth much. We're not men made to govern. We take, live-hearted, whatever we want.
What solution would you propose?
The answer is wealth, power, politics. If we found them, we'd see enough money to buy the whole of England. Or it might be rule over these countries and empires like they was masters themselves.
A lot of large talk, Captain. But is it your crew you sail for, or yourself?
I mean the best for these men, Ade. I do. Just don't sit there. Living my life.
Oh. I'll say it is nice that these battles at least go a lot easier. But I was like, I remember, like I was lucky enough as a kid that I got access to, like I got the Switch, or not the Switch, I got the Wii originally when it came out, like that Christmas, just because we happened to have like we had a family friend that could hook us up. It's always little things like that where it's like, I remember, you know, I played through 1,000 Year Door when I used to own a GameCube, and then I played... What Paper Mario is it that's on the Wii? But like, there's a Paper Mario game that's on the Wii that you... that I remember really enjoying. It's like, there's just so much nostalgia for a lot of stuff like that, that it's like... And you know, Nintendo games are definitely very evergreen out of anything. Because it's almost that thing where it's like, you can kind of never go wrong with revisiting a lot of Nintendo games. Now, there is some that I'm sure don't hold up well. And sometimes Nintendo makes very weird choices. But I like that over the years, they've gotten a lot better at being like, you know what? Yeah, you can play our games. Like, oh, I remember when it was a big deal and they wouldn't let you actually, like, play anything of theirs. And then they tried to do that weird, like, partnership program that if you,
Let's go.
you know, let's see if we can brace. But yeah, I was like, I remember when they tried to do like that partnership program that I was like, you could play it, but then Nintendo still got like all of your profits. And so I think now generally it was like, it's a lot more acceptable to actually just do their games and content and whatnot. And I think that's helped. I think that's gone a big way. I don't know. I'm always on the very, like... I'm very much on the end of, like, yeah, everyone should be allowed to play and, you know, have some sort of record for these games. Especially because it would mean that, just in terms of... What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, record keeping. You know, like, for historical reasons, too. It was like... preservation. That's what I'm thinking of. It was like, you know, having the option to actually like have all of this stuff backed up online and, you know, say even if like people don't have the opportunity to play through stuff themselves, they can still kind of like look through it and enjoy games that they wouldn't have had an opportunity to enjoy before. And that's what I'm a big proponent of. Like, stuff should be accessible to everyone. Even though it was like Nintendo's getting into a little bit of trouble right now because they're running into the issue that apparently it was like they have made their choices independent of the recent tariffs, but they're charging, I think, $80 for new games, and like the new console's gonna be like $500, something like that.
Royal Bloody Navy! They're all alone,
So I don't know. It's I've got a lot of feelings about the pricing of games and stuff like that on you know, like the modern audience, right? Because on one hand, like I think games should be more accessible and stuff like that, but I was like, I feel like there's got to be a way. Truthfully, what we need, I think there's a lot of credence in games with worse graphics, and you know, oh, what is it? It was like the meme that I always see was like, I want, you know, games with like worse graphics that are shorter and like have less time, and the developers get paid a lot more. Because I think that's the issue we run into a lot now, is that everything is so focused on being like expensive and, you know, top of the line and whatnot, but please, just it was like so much stuff is focused on like huge marketing budgets and getting like big names and all sorts of stuff like that, but then we run into the issue where we're not providing substance, and then games aren't selling as well, and then studios that have made wonderful games and great releases and whatnot are getting closed because it's not making them as much money as they want to. Case in point, like a lot of stuff that's happened with EA over time. Like watching studios get closed down by EA because they go, you know, you didn't make us enough millions of dollars, because they run their company more like a business than like a game studio. Which also, to be fair, is like, I think you need to find a balance with it, right? Because I remember as part of my degree, we had to read a book that, you know, details like how the gaming industry changed over time. And it's crazy because it was like some of the early game studios were straight up just having like cocaine and stripper parties just in their offices and all sorts of like kind of insane stuff when you start thinking about it. And, you know, more power to them and all that, but
Enemy's firing! Damn, are you mad, Captain?
Every last scrap of
Do not leave us space enough to ram us, Captain.
Brace for impact.
you just can't leave good enough alone.
Awaiting orders, sir.
But so obviously it was like there needs to be a good balance between.
Bloody missed.
That was a heavy miss right there.
On your mark.
But so again, there's that word again. It was like just the balance. I was like, there needs to be some level of balance between,
Take some damage here.
you know, having fun and capturing that same energy that makes games enjoyable, but not going too far where it's like, you know, again, cocaine and stripper parties. Like, and, you know, and I was like, obviously, you know, you do your thing. I'm not here to gatekeep. But like I said, I think there's a good middle ground that you can reach. And I know I'm trying to find a Queen's Revenge, but it was like I keep getting attacked by these guys, and I'm like, just fighting for survival at this point. But I do believe that I don't think game studios should have to feel like they're run in such a way that they have to be, you know, optimized for profits. Because then that kind of takes all of the joy, because then it becomes hitting that formula and getting people to be like, oh, well, this is what I expect from you guys, so now it's only this. And it's like, we need that ability of fun stuff to push people to create interesting games. Like, to break out of the mold. And that's why, like, we're seeing such a rise in independent developers. These people are realizing, like, oh, you might actually really like something just completely different and unique.
Enemy's firing!
Is that you? There you are.
Addy, see there? It's her, Captain, the Queen Anne's Revenge. And she's in a bad way. No time for a boat. Thatch is outnumbered. The crew will understand. Beat the quarters, lads! We're sailing into hell!
Damn right we are.
Trim the yards off the wind! Brace your bones, we're
Wow.
coming together!
I guess I probably...
Hold down! Hail off the reef! Reef, I say!
just leave me alone, please. Tired of wiping all you guys out because you decide that you think you can take me.
Awaiting orders, sir. It's all exposed. Take the shots up.
Like, it's crazy to think about how, like, different things breaking the mold for especially independent developers has had such profound, like, positive effects. Because, you know, think of, like, Bellatra, right? I was like, obviously taking something that people have always enjoyed, you know, poker and roguelikes, combining them together and getting something extremely interesting out of that. And, you know, small, independent, I think solo dev, and made a ton of money off of it, sold a lot more than he ever expected he would. Or they, I don't know, I think it's he, whoever John Ballotreau is. Because I've read like different interviews with the person and whatnot, and I just think it's interesting that even their perspective on it is like, yeah, no, I had no clue that this would be the case or that this would happen, but hey, I was like, sometimes you get lucky and genuinely can't be too upset with it. And then even some of the games like Yogscast that publishes stuff, you run into situations where you just happen to get games that outperform, and sometimes you get games that don't do anywhere near the numbers you thought they would. I was like, the industry is just so volatile. And I was like, but I think that when games go for new, interesting takes on things that people enjoy, it leads you to somewhere way further than just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that goes for any type of creative work.
Let out some sail! Close down, gallants! Not too close, Captain! Ease off the wind! Hauling all sail!
Please, why are there so many ships over here?
Let's go! Almost ready! Fire! Fire! Out of the water! Fire! Take some damage here! Build that section, sir! Fire! Captain, the wrong place to fire!
Because I was like, just as long as we can, you know what? Yeah, screw you guys.
We're going to hit them! Good shot to crippler! Fire! Keep out of our cannon range!
Okay.
On your mark, Captain!
And then you were gonna board, so that way we can heal up at least a little bit, and then maybe we'll be able to actually do the objective after like way too long of sailing around.
Grappling hooks away! Next to the prize!
It was also interesting too, because it's like, you know, I'll talk a lot about like interesting mechanics and stuff like that. But so look at like, say I think it's Arcane are the devs that made the Dishonored series, and then eventually Deathloop. Like Deathloop was very cool in, God, please, I swear if you would ever just let me just jump to where I am supposed to go, I would love you forever, game. Instead of constantly just getting me hurt. See, like, why am I having to parry my own people? Having to parry my own people, and then the button just decided not to work for counter, so... But, see, no, it was like the Dishonored series, extremely well received, really well done, cool. And then Deathloop, like, they went and they applied the same concept, and I thought the story was very interesting. I do think it ends up kind of being... I don't know, it was like, so like, you know, a lot of the draw for Dishonored was the fact that there's multiple different ways to do everything, get through levels, you know, the high chaos and low chaos routes, stuff like that, and it was like, the fact that you want to try and keep to a specific playstyle and challenge yourself to get the different endings. And they kept that theme up. And then in Deathloop, I was like, they get you through to the end, and they have an interesting mechanic with doing like the same day over and over again. But then you hit a point where it's like you have to do stuff in a specific order, or then that's it, you know? And it's like, I think I wish they had done more with that, where you could be like, oh, well, it, you know, set up different ways, like almost Hitman-esque, you know? Where it's like you have so many different ways that you can actively tackle a challenge. And it's like, set it up so, say, instead of taking this person down every single morning first, it was like, take care of someone else, and then if you can lure them to an event later. You know, there are definitely options on that end, but it just ended up being like, okay, cool, after you solve it, like, there's no real replayability, there's no reason to go through a bunch of extra stuff.
You stirred up a nest of trouble, Thatch. In service of a noble cause! Medicines, I hope you mean.
Aye, a galleon nearby. And if we crack these lobsters quick, we might catch up to her.
Come on.
Hang in there, Bonnie. Keep your arms up and your back to the sea.
What? Okay. That's fine, I guess.
Oh, you're book learning! Prepare you for a scuffle of this sort, Mr. Bonnet!
Oh, nothing to lose, no.
For certain, there's more to be learned by doing than reading. Remember that.
You stirred up a nest of trouble, Thatch.
In service of a noble cause!
Medicines, I hope you mean.
Aye, galleon nearby. And if we crack these lobsters quick, we might catch up to them.
No way that he hit me while he was tossing the grenade.
Hang in there, Bonnet. Keep your arms up and your back to the sea.
Okay. See, that went a lot better this time.
You don't do nothing subtle, do you, Thatch?
Legends ain't born from mildness.
Legends ain't born from malice.
Gentlemen, our galleon has reappeared.
Heads up.
Back to my ship, quick as you please. She'll not slip away now.
Oh, this is too much.
I'll see you back to your jackdaw when the smoke is clear. But for now, I need a helmsman.
Oh, cool. They're gonna actually let me do the combat on this boat. Which is interesting, because it asked me to... Or it told me that I needed to upgrade the jackdaw, but... I guess really I have no choice but to...
Don't let her out of your sight!
Yeah, see, this does a lot of damage right here. We actually hit everything, too. Oh, because it fires 3 volleys at him as well.
We're short on powder, Captain! Blast! And the galleon's all but sunk!
I'm seeing the devil you promised, Thatch.
I'd have shown them my angel if they'd taken...
I'd have shown him my angel if they'd taken quarter, huh?
She's cracked, lads! Send her to hell! Find a captain and end this.
You betcha. You're in my sight, sweetheart. Please, I beg, just...
Find the captain and end this, Kenway! Surround the back!
Captain overboard, let's go.
I'm not a man accustomed to murder, Captain. And if you'd taken quarter, you'd not be seeping now.
Sack of muzzle gobshite. You'll be hanged and sun-dried just as them there were in Boston.
The King's called for a pardon.
Captain, we've searched the hold. It's a middling take, but the medicine we found bears a Charlestown stamp.
Thank you, Mr. Hans.
Mr.
We cannot
Haynes.
resupply Nassau out here by force and accident alone. We should go to Charlestown for the lot.
Hello? Are we victorious? I fear I am not built for the fatigue and care required to live as a man of fortune.
Meet me in Charlestown. 1 month from today.
Sure thing, Captain. You know what? I really like this one. Alright, perfect. After all of that, finally, I think that is a great place to call it. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun jazz, and I will see you in the next one.